The nature of the business model according to GRP Lab. To set up a firm, its creator needs all kinds of resources, for example, skills, know-how, raw materials or merchandise, premises, machinery, financial resources. Yet at the outset of their adventure, a business creator does not own all the resources that they will need to bring their project to fruition. They will have to approach the owners of these resources. Approach an employee to convince them to work and thus provide work time, know-how, and skills. Approach a supplier to get them to deliver goods, a banker to lend them funds, etc. This list of resources is not written overnight, and it is never fixed in stone. It is improved gradually, following meetings with people, and as the project matures, and also depending on the project's ambition and its evolution. A business model that's dynamic. It's vital to understand that nobody succeeds alone in business. Success is always thanks to a network of partners who bring the resources needed to launch the project and make it last. No partners, no resources. No resources, no project. These partners are what we call stakeholders. So called because each one holds a stake in the business through a relationship of exchange. They might be people acting as individuals, or legal entities, a business, a public service, an association, or the individual who represents them. Every project is in a relationship of interdependence with its stakeholders because it must exchange something with each partner who provides a resource. From a business point of view, a salary and good working conditions will recompense an employee for their work. A monthly repayment plus interest is debited in return for the loan, agreed by a banker. A product is delivered in exchange for a client's payment, etc. In other words, an exchange is set up with every stakeholder. The partner owns a resource that has value for the project. In return, they must be given a resource with value for them. The relationship is one of value exchange, and it will only last as long as each partner is satisfied and remains so. Failing this, the partner is lost, or will be. Seen in this way, entrepreneurship is fundamentally a partner-based action because the values exchanged must satisfy a whole group of partners. Resource owners must be convinced by all the exchanges anticipated by the future firm, although they don't necessarily need to know the details. One must know how to tell them the story of this adventure, which is being written as it goes along, and be sure to include in it the win-win relationships with partners. This means that the firm's creator, when perceiving their business, must take into account the expectations of resource owners. Otherwise, resource owners will not be able to imagine themselves in the deal. They will not get involved, and hence will not hand over their resources. The firm's creator leads a project that must be shaped by the participating resource owners, by their demands, and by the relationships that must be maintained with them, thus creating a representation of what that business must be. The meaning of a business only emerges when its business model becomes a shared representation of the project. That is to say, when there is agreement on how the firm is envisaged. We believe precisely that the business model consists of a convention that unites and engages a body of people around the entrepreneurial project, for which the entrepreneur has at the same time both responsibility and the most complete picture of it. A business model that's shared representation. For as long as this representation does not emerge, the firm proposed is just a notion of a model. To be convincing, one must go and meet the owners of resources to transform them into stakeholders. And this is only possible by integrating partners' expectations into the model under construction. Once potential partners understand the advantage of sharing in the project's success, they will sign up.